What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Friday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have 7 games on the main slate tonight, 2 games in the after-hours slate. I might do that, not sure yet. I'll let you guys know on Twitter, but it is Friday night, so maybe those 10 o'clock games might be harder for me to get to. Coming off of a great Thursday night football game last night, our lineups did well. NBA, not so much. Larry Nance and Hawkins on the Pelicans were just gross chalk, but they made a lot of sense with the, given injuries last night, but that's what happens sometimes in NBA. You play fill-in guys as cheap pieces and they don't pan out, but all you can do is move on to the next day. I had tweeted out earlier that I'm doing a free FanDuel lineup. It's going to be different from everything I put on my site. So I usually have the hybrid cash and GPP lineups. I'm making a 4th lineup for everyone. As I tweeted, just hop in my DMs, and then once that's ready, I will message it over to you. Hopefully, we can cash in on the community lineup together. Give this video a like, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. It's the weekend. We're ready to rumble. Excited for NFL on Sunday, per usual. Ready for a lot of NBA success this weekend. We've had a slow start to the season. So without further ado, let's jump into the plays here. We definitely have some injuries to take advantage of. A couple of questionable guys I'll touch upon. And we will hopefully have a great Friday night. And I hope these plays help you build your own personal lineup. So point guard, we're going to have to look at the development later. We have no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He tweaked his knee during the fourth quarter of last game, and he ended up staying in. But it looks like after the adrenaline went out after the game, it seems like it's enough to keep him out at least for tonight. So we're going to have some, major usage around for these Thunder guys. Obviously, SGA is a huge piece on this team. Isaiah Joe, I don't know if he's going to start or not. You have... There's another guard that they could be starting instead of Isaiah Joe. It's, I forget his name, honestly. Is he a point guard on here? Isn't it like Kaysen or something? Maybe he's a shooting guard. Yeah, Kaysen Wallace. He's been playing decent minutes behind SGA, 21 minutes, 18 to 21 minutes. But I still think Isaiah Joe is going to get more run. He's been playing around the same minutes as Kaysen Wallace has. I think it's going to depend on who starts. It's an 8 o'clock Eastern game, so we're not going to know. Either way, both of these guys should get 25 minutes apiece because SGA plays 35 minutes. They have to allocate those minutes somewhere. You also have Trey Mann on the Thunder. I don't even know if he's been really playing for them. He's a guy that's always been around for them. No, he seems to be the third guy behind Kaysen Wallace and Isaiah Joe. So definitely not Trey Mann tonight, but we do want to keep an eye out on Isaiah Joe and Kaysen Wallace. I think whoever starts is going to be the better play, but you could roster either one at these prices with the extra usage. Obviously, Josh Giddey's going to have a lot extra usage. So if you want him in a GPP lineup, he's going to have a high upside tonight. But keep an eye out on these guards in OKC. SGA being out is a huge piece for this value. Shooting guard, we're going to go back to Klay Thompson. He should just never be under 6,000. We know he has 40 to 50 point upside. If he gets his shot going, he could score 30 points in the blink of an eye. Love this price at 5,700. It's a good matchup against OKC. The game should, stay kind of close because the Warriors are on the road. The Thunder are a lot better of a team. Even with SGA out, you still got Giddey. You still got Chet Holmgren. I think they stay in this game. I like Thompson here. He's going to play 30 to 35 minutes. We had him against the Kings last slate, and he was kind of, lackluster. He ended up getting 3 blocks in the third quarter, I think, which, kind of saved face, but he didn't look good, but it's okay. I like him again tonight. He should just never be 5,700. The value is there. He's projected for like 28 fantasy points. He needs only 27 to hit value tonight. Small forward, going back to that Thunder value, Lou Dort. He's going to be starting. He's going to be maybe the number, well, now that you have Chet, the number 3 option without SGA behind Josh Giddey and Chet Holmgren. But at 4,800, he needs just 24 fantasy points to hit value. Obviously, with no SGA, there's unlimited extra usage for these Thunder pieces here. 23 fantasy points averaged this year. That would about hit value for him tonight. He's had a couple of, really a few bad games in a row, but that's fine. He's going to have a lot more opportunities tonight. He had 2 great games to start out, and when he plays decent, they're not afraid to play him over 30 minutes. I expect him to play plenty of minutes tonight and see, boosted usage while he's on the court with no SGA out there. Power forwards go to Jeremy Grant. We have no Scoot Henderson tonight for the Blazers. Thank God. He's been a nightmare of value so far this season. That's going to open up a lot for Malcolm Brogdon. So if you want a bonus point guard piece from me, Malcolm Brogdon's going to look really good tonight. I think he's 6,500. He's been really good off the bench, playing 25 to 30 minutes. And he looks just as good as he did with the Celtics. So Brogdon might draw the start tonight, and if he doesn't draw the start, doesn't matter. He shows that he can come off the bench and score plenty of fantasy points. He needs 32 to hit value. Love Brogdon. Love a lot of these Trailblazers tonight with no Scoot Henderson out there, no Anthony Simons. Jeremy Grant's the number one option. Him and Shaedon Sharpe seem like the 2 workhorses on this team this year. He needs just 30 fantasy points. He scored the ball really well last game. He plays a ton of minutes. If the game stays close, which it should against the Grizzlies have been, god-awful to start this year. Grant's going to play 35 minutes tonight. He should be a fantasy point per minute kind of guy, especially, with their injuries. There's extra opportunities for him. He scored well last game. He just somehow did nothing else. He got 4 fantasy points with the steal and the rebound, but then they negated with 4 turnovers. So with 24 points, he scored 24 fantasy points. You don't see that often. He's a guy that should get you modest rebounding numbers, 4 to 6 rebounds a game, and run into more defensive stats. But he's definitely leaning heavily on the scoring, which is fine. He should, drop 20-plus points tonight, and hopefully he can do a little bit of something else with, minimal turnovers, and he'll have no problem getting the 30 fantasy points. He looks like a good value play here at power forward tonight. And then for center, I honestly don't love the center options tonight. For GPP, we definitely want to look at Xavier Tillman because he's just too cheap now. He was extremely popular to start the year. They don't have Brandon Clark. They don't have Aldama still. So he's going to start. And, his upside is like 40. If you look at his first 2 games here, 33, 34 minutes, he got 49 on opening night and 35 the second game. He's been pretty bad over the last 3 games, but we can just throw that game against the Jazz out the window because they got absolutely blown out. And, when a team gets blown out, you can't look at their stats. You can't look at their minutes. We can slate him in for, minimal 25 minutes tonight. And then if he plays decent to start the game, he's going to be in, the normal rotation. And at 5,400, he needs 27 fantasy points to hit value. He's averaging that on the year. The reason why I say GPP is because, he's been a little bit of a question mark over the last 3 games, but we know what his upside is. He could easily win you a tournament tonight. It's a good matchup against the Trailblazers. Tillman looks good at 5,400, again, as a GPP play. I like Kevon Looney as a cash game play as of right now, 5,600. He's going to play 24 to 26 minutes. Yes, Draymond Green's back, but he's still going to be locked in at the center here. And he's a guy that rebounds the ball extremely well, doesn't have to do much to hit his value. He needs 27 fantasy points to hit value. Just a good cash game play. He's probably not going to win you a tournament, but he should get you in the mid-20s in fantasy points to keep your lineup afloat. That'll do it for this video, guys. Obviously, I do these videos earlier in the day, so, more value can open up as we go on because it's the NBA, and they are nightmare fuel with NBA news. So things can always open up, but as of right now, these are some pretty strong value plays in my eyes. Give this video a like, subscribe, and let's get after it tonight. DM me for that community lineup later on. Till next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.